I can't possibly forecast at this stage what the kind of numbers I'll have coming out of Tuesday will be. I'm hoping to do very well. There are a number of states we think we can pick up. There are other states we think are real long shots. There are a number of states where I'm competitive, and we're going to be fighting in a lot of states. We're advertising in some states, and of course I got the family fanned out across the country. Everybody today is off in a different state. And I expect to do well, but, you know, at this stage, I expect to keep on battling and get the nomination, and I'm not going to forecast from anything other than success.
Governor Huckabee said something. He said that he reached political puberty until he was 60 because of some of the position changes. I wanted to get your comment on that. Also, what role do you think money has played in this election? You've obviously Senator McCain was carrying one suitcase for a while, as generally you do. What role do you think money has had overall in
Yeah, first of all, Governor Huckabee is always good for a good chuckle. That's another good chuckle, and I think the presidency is about something very serious. And while there's occasionally a time of natural humor, I think the presidency is more serious than that comment suggests. With regards to the role of money in the campaign, from my standpoint, it was important enough for me to make my own investment in the campaign, along with raising money from other people. And I was not somebody who was well known in the country. Senator McCain and Mayor Giuliani, Fred Thompson began with extraordinary name recognition and sound reputation. I had to catch up, and that meant that I had to raise a lot of money, and I had to spend some of my own money to catch up to where they were. There was a time in my campaign where my campaign manager said to me, you know, these guys have spent the last 30 years of their life building their name recognition, and reputation. And if you're going to compete with them, you're going to have to take something of what you built over the last 30 years and invest it in your campaign. And she was right. I made that decision, and we've therefore built up to a point where I'm now well recognized, and I'm going to get evaluated on a, if you will, a level basis with the other guys. Surely other people have followed different courses, but you have to play with the hand you're dealt. And I was dealt a hand of coming from a state that was not known as being a Republican state, a guy that was not terribly well known, and it meant that I had to raise more money and invest more money than did the other guys to get to a point where I could be competitive. But in the final analysis, the person who wins will not necessarily be the person who had the most money into the race or spent the most in the race. It'll come down, I believe, to their vision for the future of America, their reputation, their organization. But at this stage, it's really narrowed down, I think, to a couple of guys. With all due respect to Governor Huckabee and to Ron Paul, they're fine folks. But I think it's really narrowed down to two, and we'll get a chance to be seen, and hopefully I'll win this one.
You said that this is a battle for the future of the party, the conservative party. So, do you believe that John McCain constitutes a threat to that conservative party, solo party?
That's not the word I'd use. No, I think a man of great character and has sacrificed for our nation as an American hero. I believe his positions on a number of key Republican issues are not in line with the mainstream of our party. I think, and you know those positions, it's everything from voting no on Anwar to voting against the Bush tax cuts and saying that they were a tax break for the rich. That was more of a Democratic playbook than it was out of ours. McCain-Feingold was not a Republican piece of legislation. McCain-Kennedy with global amnesty for 12 million illegal aliens, that was not a Republican piece of legislation. McCain-Lieberman is far from the kind of proposal we would bring forward to help reduce global warming, and so his postures are quite different, I think, than the mainstream of our party. But he's an honorable man, and he's in this battle, and he's going to get a lot of delegates. I hope he doesn't get more than me.
Governor, can you talk about why it's important for you to interrupt the campaign to go to select city sooner or less?
Yes, I got the chance to see President Hinckley from afar, and respected him as a man of great character and courage and humility, and the common touch. During the Olympics, I had the chance to meet with him 2 or 3 times and to discuss matters about the Olympics, and he was gracious and generous in his support. And prior to running for office, I got the privilege of meeting with him one more time, and with a twinkle in his eye, he made the comment I've pointed out before, which is he said, if you decide to run and you win, it'll be a great experience. If you run and lose, it'll also be a great experience. And and he's a man I respect a great deal, and I want to pay my respects to his family and acknowledge the importance of his life in my own life.